According to Gallup, about 15 million U.S. adults say they've used these injectable drugs to reduce their body weight.
I'm over this whole Ozempic shaming thing, and I'm also over people asking, are you on Ozempic?
Sure. I'm very, very scared of what will happen if and when people have to go off of this drug.
When a medication designed for diabetes suddenly becomes Hollywood's most controversial weight loss secret, you know there's a story worth telling. What if I told you that some of your favorite reality TV stars have undergone transformations so dramatic that their own families barely recognize them? In the glamorous but cutthroat world of the Real Housewives, beauty isn't just a priority, it's a battlefield. Tonight, we're counting down 15 Real Housewives Ozempic transformations that went way too far. Some admitted it, some denied it, and some, well, their faces told the story. And trust me, the higher we go on this list, the more shocking it gets.
Before we continue, make sure to subscribe to Union Stories
so you don't miss any Hollywood update.
You know, Ozempic, I have to say, I know I'm going to get the backlash, is an incredible tool.
Caroline Stanbury didn't hide anything. The Dubai socialite openly bragged about using Ozempic on her podcast, calling it her secret weapon for staying slim in her late 40s. But her honesty revealed something darker than anyone expected. Within 4 months, Caroline dropped 25 pounds from an already thin frame. Her face changed so dramatically that fans started calling it the Dubai Hollow. At cast events, her co-stars Lisa Milan and Chanel Ayan reportedly pulled producers aside, expressing concern that she was becoming increasingly unrecognizable. But here's what really shocked people. Caroline treated the brutal side effects like they were funny Instagram content. She posted about throwing up after 1 glass of champagne at a Cartier event. She joked about forgetting to eat for 2 days straight. Food just seems so unnecessary now. She laughed on Instagram Live while thousands of concerned comments flooded in. The worst part came during a ladies' lunch that never aired. Sources say when Ayan asked if she was okay, Caroline ordered a $50 salad and didn't take a single bite. She just moved the leaves around her plate while talking about her upcoming fashion shoots. Medical experts who reviewed her public statements said what she described sounded like dangerous dosage levels. When someone already slim takes these shots, their body can reject even basic nutrition. But Caroline kept posting her Ozempic adventures like they were luxury vacations. Her transformation wasn't just physical, it became a warning about what happens when side effects become social media content and weight loss becomes more important than health itself.
Well, my ultimate goal is to basically lose 20 pounds, to get back to where I was last year.
Kandi Burruss built an empire on keeping it real. So when she admitted her Ozempic crisis on YouTube, Atlanta was shook. The Grammy winner didn't sugarcoat anything. She spent $1,200 a month for 3 months and didn't lose a single pound.
And I saw so many people that were trying it and they was losing weight. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna try this. And I didn't lose any weight.
While her castmates were shrinking at every event, Kandi's body completely refused to respond. She even increased usage under doctor supervision, desperately waiting for the appetite suppression everyone raved about. Instead, she found herself at her family's restaurant, Old Lady Gang, ordering wings, mac and cheese, and peach cobbler like always. I kept waiting for food to disgust me, she explained in her viral video. Everyone said I wouldn't want to eat anymore, but there I was, taking these expensive shots and then driving straight through McDonald's. She even hired a special nutritionist for another $2,000 monthly, trying to optimize the drug's effects. But nothing worked. The psychological toll was brutal. At every Atlanta event, Kenya Moore looked smaller. Marlo Hampton showed up looking like she'd been photoshopped. And there was Kandi paying the same money, taking the same shots, watching everyone transform except her. Doctors later explained that 15 to 20% of people are non-responders to these medications. But in the housewives world, being a non-responder wasn't just bad luck, it was social failure.
Can you tell us what have you done for the newest version of you?
Oh my God, I work out now. I am Fit now.
Cynthia Bailey spent decades on runways and magazine covers before joining Atlanta. So when whispers started that even the supermodel had tried Ozempic, the fashion world was stunned. The truth was more complicated than anyone guessed. In a September 2023 interview, Cynthia admitted she'd tried the shots for exactly 30 days. "I'm being transparent. I gave it a try, but I had to stop," she confessed. "The reason? I didn't like how it made me feel. It changed something inside me that scared me." For someone who'd built her entire career on natural beauty and confidence, the drug felt like betrayal of everything she represented. Cynthia described feeling disconnected from her body, like she was wearing someone else's skin. "I've been modeling since I was 18. I know my body. This made me feel like a stranger to myself." Fans claimed they could see the brief effects. Her already stunning cheekbones looked sharper. Her famous smile seemed thinner. Photos from that month show a different Cynthia, one that even she didn't recognize. "I looked in the mirror and thought, who is that?" she revealed. Her decision to quit after just 30 days sent a powerful message. Here was a woman woman who'd competed with models half her age, who'd stayed runway ready for decades, saying the shortcut wasn't worth it. Cast members later revealed Cynthia warned them privately about the drug, calling it a deal with the devil. But while Cynthia chose health over Hollywood standards, another housewife went all in, proudly claiming her 35-pound loss until the backlash hit.
God, I hope a real good shakeup. You know that tornado that came through my neighborhood? I hope it comes through the show, honey.
LeeAnne Locken never did anything quietly, and her Ozempic journey was no exception. While others whispered and denied, she shouted from the rooftops, "Yes, I'm using it. Yes, I've lost 35 pounds. And yes, I look amazing." She called it her magic shot on social media, posting before and after photos that looked like two different people. In 6 months, the Dallas firecracker transformed from curvy to gaunt. She thought being honest would win her praise for transparency. Instead, it made her the poster child for going too far. Fans commented that the woman known for her bigger-than-life personality suddenly looked like she'd been shrunk in Photoshop. They pointed out that her trademark fierce expressions now appeared hollow, and her famous smile seemed stretched too thin across a newly angular face. What made it worse was how she defended it. "Jealousy is a disease," she'd reply to concerned comments. When a fan wrote they missed her old look, she blocked them. She started posting daily outfit photos with captions like, "Skinny feels better than food tastes." Behind the scenes, former castmates revealed LeeAnne had become obsessed with the number on the scale. She reportedly weighed herself multiple times during filming days, celebrating every lost pound on camera. Production grew concerned when she fainted during a particularly long shoot day in the Texas heat. LeeAnne's transformation shocked Dallas, but across the pond, a London socialite was about to take microdosing to a whole new level.
I like to sort of go from very, very natural with hardly anything on. You know, I think I look great without makeup, actually, probably more youthful.
Amanda Caroline Cronin might not be as famous as American Housewives, but in London's elite circles, she's royalty. So when she casually admitted to microdosing Ozempic like it was a vitamin, even the Brits were scandalized. Within 6 weeks, Amanda dropped 10 kilos. That's 22 pounds. Her goal? Fitting into runway samples meant for teenage models. "I only take tiny maintenance doses," she insisted on Instagram, like she was talking about skincare, just enough to stay sample size. But fans saw through the glamorous spin immediately. Her social media became what many viewers found to be a disturbing showcase of her shrinking. Monday, she's in Chanel Couture. Wednesday, she's in Dior samples that wouldn't have fit her 3 months ago. By Friday, she's posting swimsuit photos from her yacht, ribs visible through her designer bikini. What made Amanda's case especially alarming was how she normalized extreme thinness as high fashion. She'd post photos from fashion shows with captions like, "Finally small enough for the front row," and "Couture fits better at this size." She was literally shrinking herself to fit clothes instead of buying clothes that fit her. London's social scene started whispering. At charity galas, she'd arrive looking glamorous in borrowed runway pieces but wouldn't touch the 5-course dinners. Sources say she'd claim various allergies or dietary restrictions, but everyone knew the real reason. The maintenance doses had suppressed her appetite entirely.
"I'm not perfect, but I'm damn good, Danny."
And
Karen Huger, Potomac's self-proclaimed grand dame, had an explanation ready when her dramatic weight loss became impossible to ignore. She said, "It's medical. I'm pre-diabetic. My doctor prescribed it. On paper, it sounded legitimate. On camera, it looked like something else entirely." Within 1 season, Karen transformed so drastically that production had to refilm her talking heads to match. The woman who'd commanded every room with her presence suddenly looked fragile. Her signature designer gowns, once form-fitting statements of power, now hung on her frame like expensive curtains. What made fans suspicious wasn't just the weight loss, it was the timing. Karen's transformation coincidentally happened right when cast members Giselle Bryant and Ashley Darby were also looking suspiciously slimmer. When confronted at the reunion, Karen stuck to her story, even bringing up her doctor's credentials, but viewers weren't buying it. Behind the scenes, sources revealed tension over the topic. Producers reportedly asked Karen to discuss her transformation on camera, knowing it would be a storyline. She refused, insisting her health was private. Yet she continued posting full-body photos on Instagram, hashtagging them healthy living and doctor's orders, sending mixed messages about privacy. But while Karen hid behind doctor's orders, our next Miami queen was caught on camera with a needle, and her excuse became instantly iconic.
Oh yeah, for me, it's been hard. It was very hard while I was filming, obviously.
The moment Bravo cameras caught Alexia Nepola getting injections became reality TV gold. There she was, needle in arm, insisting they were just B12 fat-burning shots. The problem? She was transforming so fast. Even her closest friends were concerned. The change was so dramatic that fans created side-by-side comparisons that went viral on Twitter. B12 doesn't do that became the top comment on every post. Users pointed to a telltale hollowness in her face, arms that looked fragile, and the complete disappearance of her famous curves. What made the footage explosive wasn't just the needle, it was her aggressive denial. When castmate Lisa Hochstein questioned the injections on camera, Alexia got defensive, insisting vitamins could cause major weight loss. The scene became an instant meme, with fans calling it the least believable moment in Housewives history. The controversy exploded on social media. Doctors weighed in, explaining that B12 injections don't cause significant weight loss. Fans posted the clip everywhere with captions like, "Tell me you're on Ozempic without telling me you're on Ozempic." Even other housewives from different cities subtweeted about vitamin shots, clearly referencing the Miami drama. And if Alexia's denial became a meme, our next Beverly Hills diva faced speculation so intense. She blamed everything except the obvious.
Anytime that she would like to come on down and mix it up with us, I'm sure that we could unmask the ugly parts of her personality as well.
Erika Jayne's latest transformation had fans worried instead of wowed. Critics noted in just 3 months, the performer went from lush to lean. Her explanation was, it's menopause, hormones, and stress. But nobody was convinced. The change was impossible to ignore. At the season 13 premiere party, Erika arrived looking like a different person. Her signature curves were gone, what fans called temporal hollowing in her face, and her $40,000 designer dress hung loosely on her shrinking frame. Photographers actually asked if she was feeling okay. What made the speculation explode was Erika's fierce denial. She went on Watch What Happens Live and aggressively shut down Andy Cohen's gentle questioning about her weight loss. "My body, my business," she snapped. But when you're on reality TV, your body literally is part of the business, and fans weren't letting it go. Cast members started commenting carefully. Garcelle Beauvais mentioned being concerned about Erika's health. Kyle Richards suggested maybe she should eat more. But Erika's response was always the same. Blame hormones, blame age, blame stress from her legal troubles. Anything but the obvious. While Erika blamed hormones, another Orange County star took the ultimate step to prove her innocence. And it still wasn't enough.
I think it's very obvious that we cannot, and I think that's unfortunate. And I also think it didn't have to be that way.
When Ozempic rumors wouldn't stop, Gina Kirschenheiter did something no other housewife had done. She literally stepped on a scale during filming. The moment was meant to end speculation. Instead, it became one of the most controversial scenes in Orange County history. The weigh-in happened during a cast trip to Mexico. After days of her castmates making subtle comments about her shrinking frame, Gina exploded. "You want proof? Here's proof." She dragged a scale into the middle of the villa and stepped on it, revealing her weight to everyone. The problem? Fans immediately started analyzing the numbers. Social media detectives compared her stated weight to her height and previous appearances. "Those numbers don't match that body," became the trending comment. Others accused her of tampering with the scale or wearing hidden weights. What was meant to prove innocence became evidence of guilt in the court of public opinion. The desperation of the moment revealed something darker about housewives culture. Here was a grown woman, a mother of 3, having to publicly weigh herself to satisfy viewer curiosity. Cast member Heather Dubrow later called it degrading, while Shannon Beador said it was unnecessary drama. The scale moment went viral, becoming a symbol of how toxic the Ozempic obsession had become. Gina's attempt to end the conversation only made it louder, proving that in reality TV, sometimes there's no way to prove your innocence. But Gina wasn't alone in her desperate denial. In Miami, another housewife got caught in the exact same scandal.
Real quick and get 2 mix shots ready.
What's a mix shot? What's a mix shot?
Lipotropic.
I need to know what's in the cocktail.
Marysol Patton never wanted to be famous for needles, but that's exactly what happened when cameras caught her getting injections alongside Alexia. Her insistence they were just B12 shots turned her into a walking meme overnight. The footage was damning. There was Marysol, needle in arm, dramatically slimmer than the previous season, swearing it was just vitamins. Within hours, the clip was everywhere. Twitter exploded with jokes. B12 must be Spanish for Ozempic, and those vitamins hit different in Miami. What made Marysol's situation worse was her role as Alexia's backup. She didn't just defend her own shots. She vouched for Alexia's too. "We go to the same vitamin specialist," she insisted on camera, while viewers screamed at their TVs. Behind the scenes, other cast members were reportedly frustrated. Lisa Hochstein told producers she felt gaslit by the obvious lies. Gertie Abrera allegedly called the vitamin story insulting to viewers' intelligence. But Marysol doubled down, even posting her vitamin routine on Instagram, carefully avoiding any mention of prescription medications. The transformation was undeniable. undeniable. Wedding photos from just 6 months earlier showed a completely different woman. Fans pointed out her jawline had sharpened, her arms had shrunk, and that Miami glow had been replaced by something harder, more angular. While Miami Housewives blamed vitamins, a New York star took a completely different approach. Brutal honesty that shocked everyone.
You know how people are like, oh, I saw myself on television and I got Botox and filler and all the things.
When Jessel Taank was asked about Ozempic, she didn't mince words. I f***ing hate it. I would never. The raw response made headlines, but her dramatic transformation told a different story that had fans choosing sides. Throughout season 15, Jessel visibly shrank. Her designer clothes went from size 6 to size 2. Her face developed that telltale hollowness that fans had learned to recognize. Yet she maintained her aggressive stance against the drug, calling it cheating and dangerous every chance she got. What made Jessel's case fascinating was her anger about the accusations. During a girls' trip to the Hamptons, when Brynn suggested everyone just admit what they're doing, Jessel exploded. The confrontation was so heated that producers had to intervene. She literally threw a glass of wine and stormed out, screaming about natural weight loss. Behind closed doors, cast members were divided. Saida Silva reportedly believed Jessel, while Uba Hassan remained suspicious. The tension affected filming, with weight loss becoming the elephant in every room. Producers loved the drama, but Jessel was miserable, feeling attacked for something she swore she didn't do. Jessel fought with fury, but our next Beverly Hills star used a different stuff: her accomplished career and history of hard work.
Just unaware, just not. I feel like the word attack just seemed unnecessary for me saying, no, why you're just trying to embarrass her.
When Ozempic rumors reached Garcelle Beauvais, she didn't just deny them, she went to war. The accomplished actress and model called the speculation insulting and racist, pointing out how quickly people assume Black women can't lose weight naturally. Her transformation during season 13 was noticeable but not extreme. She looked fit, toned, and healthy. But in Beverly Hills, any weight loss immediately triggers Ozempic whispers. When fans started commenting, Garcelle fired back with receipts, gym selfies, meal prep photos, and workout videos dating back months. "I've been in this industry for 40 years, she said on her podcast. I know how to maintain my body without shortcuts. The fact that people can't believe a Black woman can be disciplined is the real problem here." The response resonated far beyond Housewives fans, sparking conversations about different standards for different women. What infuriated Garcelle most was how the speculation erased her effort. She'd been working with a trainer 5 days a week, meal prepping on Sundays, and cutting alcohol. But none of that mattered once the Ozempic rumors started. Every achievement was reduced to a needle. Her castmates rallied behind her. Even Erika Jayne, dealing with her own speculation, defended Garcelle's hard work. Kyle Richards posted support on Instagram, but the damage was done. Garcelle's fitness journey had been hijacked by pharmaceutical speculation. The situation highlighted a darker truth about the Ozempic era. It had become impossible for any woman to lose weight without facing accusations. Garcelle's clapbacks became legendary, but having to fight for her own narrative was exhausting. While Garcelle defended her hard work, another Beverly Hills star faced an even harder battle.
For me, from what I understand, there's a shortage for people with diabetes, in which case I think that people should completely stop using it.
Crystal Kung Minkoff's relationship with Ozempic was different from everyone else's. She was fighting not to want it. "I'd be lying if I said I wasn't tempted," she admitted during a brutally honest confessional. When everyone around you is shrinking and calling it wellness, your ED brain starts screaming. That confession hit different. While others denied or defended, Crystal was exposing the mental health crisis behind the trend. The pressure was crushing. At every Beverly Hills event, someone was noticeably smaller. Cast dinners became weight loss competitions. Crystal found herself surrounded by triggers, fighting thoughts she'd worked years to silence. She revealed she had to increase therapy sessions just to cope with filming. She became an unexpected voice of reason, calling out the toxic culture on camera. "We're glamorizing something that's basically prescription starvation," she said during a cast dinner, making everyone uncomfortable. Her honesty forced conversations the franchise usually avoided. Behind the scenes, Crystal reportedly considered leaving the show. The constant body talk, the weight speculation, the normalized extreme dieting, it was jeopardizing her recovery. But she stayed, deciding someone needed to represent the survivors watching at home. Crystal's story wasn't about whether she used Ozempic. It was about the casualties of the obsession. She showed viewers the collateral damage of Hollywood's newest addiction. Crystal fought to protect her recovery, but another Jersey housewife celebrated it, until the celebration turned into controversy.
You never know what's going to happen, and life changes on a dime. Could be up one day, day, you could be down one day, and you have to be able to support yourself.
Margaret Josephs thought she was being smart by calling them peptide therapies instead of Ozempic. The Jersey entrepreneur proudly announced she'd lost 22 pounds using medical peptides, thinking the fancy terminology would make it more acceptable. She was wrong. Margaret's transformation was dramatic, with fans noting she went from Jersey curves to Jersey angular in just 4 months. What made Margaret's case controversial wasn't just the weight loss, it was how she marketed it. She started posting about her peptide journey like she was a wellness influencer. She recommended her doctor to followers. She even hinted at writing a book about aging gracefully with peptides. She was turning her transformation into a brand. Cast members were horrified. Teresa Giudice called it irresponsible. Jennifer Aiden accused her of promoting dangerous behavior. Even Dolores Catania, usually neutral, expressed concern about Margaret's messaging to fans. The reunion became a battlefield over the influence. Behind the scenes, production grew concerned when Margaret fainted during a beach scene. She blamed dehydration, but crew members noticed she'd been dizzy multiple times. Her peptide protocol was clearly taking a toll, but she kept insisting it was worth it for the results. Margaret's pride in her peptides revealed how normalized extreme measures had become. She wasn't hiding or denying, she was promoting. The woman who'd built a business on empowerment was now selling women on shrinking themselves with prescriptions.
What? I don't care who's on Ozempic. I don't know what anyone's personal medical reason is for going on Ozempic, and I certainly understand the desire to be thin.
Jackie Goldschneider didn't just refuse Ozempic, she became its loudest critic. "I know what it's like to be obsessed with being smaller," she said during an emotional confession. "I know the high of not eating. That's what this drug does. It makes not eating easy. It's everything I fought to escape, now available by prescription." Her stance created massive tension. At a cast dinner, when everyone discussed their wellness journeys, Jackie exploded. "Stop calling it wellness. It's voluntary starvation." The table went silent. Teresa called her jealous. Margaret accused her of projection, but Jackie didn't back down. What made Jackie's position powerful was her lived experience. She'd been hospitalized for her ED. Now she was watching her friends and millions of viewers normalize the same dangerous behaviors. Behind the scenes, Jackie became a support system for crew members struggling with the toxic atmosphere. She'd check in with young production assistants, warning them about the dangerous messages being filmed. She used her platform to share eating resources. Jackie's war against Ozempic wasn't about judgment, it was about survival. She'd fought too hard for recovery to watch it being sold as a shortcut. In a franchise obsessed with transformation, she became the only one fighting to stay the same. The Real Housewives built an empire on transformation, but the Ozempic era revealed the dark truth beneath the glamour. We watched women shrink themselves for cameras, defend obvious lies, and normalize dangerous extremes. From Caroline's social media documentation of side effects to Kandi's expensive failure. From Cynthia's 30-day escape to Jackie's powerful stand. Each story showed a different angle of the same crisis, the pressure to be smaller at any cost. But Jackie's final message echoes loudest. This isn't wellness, it's an epidemic. And until we stop celebrating the shrinking and start questioning the cost, the transformations will keep getting more extreme. The real question isn't who's using Ozempic, it's what happens when an entire culture decides that disappearing is the ultimate glow-up. And if this is what reality TV has become, imagine what's happening behind closed doors in Hollywood's biggest mansions. That's a story that's still being written. And trust me, it's only going to get darker from here. If you enjoyed the video, please share it with your friends and subscribe to the channel for more.